Now I'm going to bring this frame to Bert, and he's going to go over what tabs need to get cut off and welded, sanded down, everything like that. I pass the baton to you, Bert.
So you can see on the rear frame here, all these blue tabs are going to get trimmed off and cut off. So everything there will be cut. We're leaving this one because you can run the throttle cable through it. It's a little bit cleaner, as well as this one right down here for fuel line, brake cable, throttle cable, etc. The rest of this stuff we're trimming off for just clean it up some. This all has to come off for the T-bracket for the GY6 stretch, so that will all get knobbed off as well. And then for the larger bracket, this gets cut off in the back. We're no longer using the coolant reservoir, so that and that come off. And then there's just little extras. So I'm gonna let Bert get to it. We'll also go over briefly that he's using an electric sanding wheel, cutoff wheel. You can use the same thing at home if you have it. It's gonna be a lot easier than trying to do this with like a Dremel or anything like that. There's variable different grits that you can use for sanding, as well as the cutoff wheels. Makes it a lot easier. If you have air tools, you can always go that route as well. Alright, so here's the rough stage of it. All the tabs have been ground off, the rear. So next thing Bert's going to do is he's going to go through this and clean up all the areas that were ground away now that it's all gone. One thing that we are going to have to do is for these two holes right here on the frame, I'm not going to touch it because it's probably hot, is there's nuts on the back side here. We're going to knock out those nuts, and you're going to drill out each one of these to an M10 hole so that the T bracket can go there for the GY6 stretch. And one thing that one of our buddies, Ruck UK, had showed us is you put an M6 bolt in each one of these holes and you just hammer it down. It's going to knock the nuts out from underneath. It was a quick little trick. So now that that's done, he just did a little bit lighter grit, or yeah, lighter grit on it so that you can polish it out now. And he's going to go over it one more time now, basically like the third round of sanding. A lot of people won't go this far. We're trying to make this bike perfect for you guys, so we're taking the extra step. Once you powder coat it, it usually fills in a lot of imperfections. It's pretty heavy with powder. So after it does this, we'll go ahead and I'll knock out the two nuts right there, and then we still have the bushings on the side, and you're going to want to take those out if you're powder coating because they will melt inside the oven. So there you go. That's what the rear frame looks like after he did the second sand on it, so you can kind of see the finish. And now he's going to hit it with the DA, and you'll be able to get a better idea of how this is going to look afterwards. So here's like a little before and after. So you can see the difference after you went over it. Let's get some zoom in there. Yeah, so it was a good difference now after he went over that. It looks really, really good. Put a little bit of time into it and you can get good results just like that. Now Bert has also done a lot of frames. He's probably in double digits easy. So like I said, next up we're gonna knock out those two little nuts, drill out the M10, and then press out the bushings from there. All right, so we put a M6 bolt in right there. You just take a hammer. You're just gonna go ahead and nicely like that. Screw it. You can see it has like 4 little tack welds right there on the nut. So now the nut is out. Go ahead and threaten this one. Same thing, hit it with the hammer, and then we're just going to open that up to M10 so you can fit the M10 bolt through. Good to go. Okay, so now Bert's going to knock out the bushing. The one thing that he did mention that, which you can notice with the white frame, is that there's a step inside the bushing. So if you try to get the same size diameter socket to put in, you're going to be stuck on that step the whole time. And what size is that one?
3/4 inch.
So that one's a 3/4 inch, and that's going to be the right size to knock it through. There it goes. Now we do have a press here, but this seems to work a lot better than using the press.
And not everyone has presses.
And not everyone has presses, so this is the perfect for DIY. Yeah. Now the rear frame is all set for powder. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Again, we're going to be doing these videos weekly, so stay tuned. The next one, we're going to be dropping everything off at powder and then getting the GY6 motor ready. So we're going to be putting in the transmission stuff, the CVT cover, all of that to get the motor prepped up before the parts come back from powder. I think we're also going to be painting it black, like wrinkle black. And just do it, putting a short axle in, a bunch of little things like that. All right, we'll catch you on the next video.